having to choose between their favorite cookie or their favorite donut. Which one would they choose? They're unsure about it. That's how millions of kids going through their parents' divorce feel. And they're torn between parents struggling to understand where they belong. At a young age, my parents got a divorce. I didn't really understand what was going on. Didn't understand what was happening, and I was confused. Then my mom moved out, and it finally hit me that my family will never be under the same roof again, and I'll be at one house for 1 week and the other house the next. Today, I will be talking about the emotional and psychological impact of divorce on children, behavioral changes, and emotional support and interventions. Divorce on emotional and psychological impact on kids can change. And the Department of Psychiatric stated that divorce can have an impact on children like social withdrawal, attachment issues, and behavior problems, which I will talk about later on. Also, kids could have an increased anxiety and fear after their parents go through a divorce, and even more in the future. After my parents got divorced, I had anxiety, and I didn't know how to really cope with it, but I figured it out, and school added on to it, so I was stressed about everything, what I was doing, or what others did. Children also may experience depression or feelings of worthlessness caused by family unity or the lack of emotional toll on separation. Child's behavior. Divorce can change a child's behavior. Children of divorced parents can have a decline in their academic performance due to the emotional distress or disruption in their family life. According to Government of Canada, Amito and Keith had 92 studies where comparing children with divorced parents and children with intact families. Children with divorced parents often had lower levels of achievements, psychological developments, self-esteem, and relationships with other children. Behavioral issues also can occur at school or at home, which is due to feelings of anger, confusion, or emotional support. According to Central of Disease Control and Prevention, roughly 50% of American kids will witness their parents' divorce. Research from the University of College London stated that kids will have a 16% likelihood of behavioral issues from ages 7 to 14. Research from 2019 published in PANS shows divorce is associated with an 8% lower probability of a kid completing high school, a 12% lower probability of a kid going to college, and a 11% lower probability of college completion. Some kids also struggle with forming healthy relationships with peers or adults due to fear of mistrust. Support systems and interventions for kids. It's really great to have an open communication with parents and kids because it can really help negative emotional impacts from the divorce. Professional help like individual therapy or family counseling also helps with all coping strategies. It can help with make coping strategies and help you with your emotions. After my parents got divorced, I went to therapy for a little bit. There was this one thing that we did. There was a ball with a whole bunch of questions all over it, and she would toss the ball to me, I would catch it, and I would look at my thumbs and read both of those questions. I would answer the question that I want. I would answer the questions, or both. It's also great to have good co-parenting strategies, and if you don't really have that, like the kid doesn't really feel supported or feel supported by both of their parents and will feel emotional burden. My parents had a really good co-parenting style, and they keep in touch with each other with anything that they need to talk about. Some divorces may go messy for some parents, but that's not for all cases. In conclusion, I've talked about the emotional and psychological impact of children from divorce and how it can increase anxiety and fear and have depression. I've also talked about the behavioral changes and how kids can have outbursts at school or at home. And I've also stated the support systems that kids or families could help cope with it better. While we cannot undo the pain, and we cannot undo the pain that divorce may bring, the power is often understanding, compassion, and support, helping a kid heal and grow into an adult that they have all its, that love is in all its forms, can still surround them.